Hey guys, TSL here, back with a brand new video. In today's video, we will be continuing our multipliers and actually making them, well, multiply. Last video, we just started on the GUI, and now we're going to actually do it. So basically, in replicated storage, we're going to have a module in our modules folder, and this is going to be a module that stores all of our multi-data. So let's get a module script in here, and we are going to call it multis. Rename this to multis. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is get a table of all of our multipliers. So local multis equals, and then everything is going to have a multi, which is the actual multiplier. So the first one is going to be 2 to the 0, and the price is going to be 0 because this is our first multiplier and it's free, and the number is going to be equal to 0. So then, basically, I'm going to copy and paste this same format for a whole bunch of multipliers. Alright, so you can obviously make as many as you want and have whatever price you want, but this is what it's going to look like. So that just goes up times 2 every single time. Now, the next thing we want to do is make some functions that we'll use to make using our multipliers a lot easier. So we're going to say function multis dot get next multi. And this will take in a current multi. So here we'll say for underscore comma multi in current or in multis. So this is going to be, well, actually this should be the lowercase one because this is our list of multis. And do want to say if the type of our multi is equal to a table, equal to table, then what we want to do is if current multi times 2 is equal to multi dot multi, then we will return our multi. Simple as that. So basically what this is doing, we're looping through every single multiplier in our multipliers. We are checking that this is a table, so this right here, it's a table because of these two things here. And if the current multiplier multiplied by 2 is equal to our the multiplier that we're on in the loop, this multiplier, then we want that multi for the next multiplier. And now the second function we want to do is function multis dot get next multi data. This is just going to take in a current multi as well, and this is going to say local current, or this should be local next underscore next is equal to multis, the capital one this time, dot get next multi data, or not get next multi data, but get next multi, pass in our current multiplier, and we are going to return this as a table with our underscore next dot multi and our current or underscore next dot price. So this is just going to be an easier way to access all of this data for our other scripts. And that's all we need in this module. So now we want to come back to our stats frame, and we could go into the multi-frame. Here, let's make this a little bigger. Or actually, yeah, we could do it in here. So we have our local script in here already, and we're going to make some adjustments to that. Alright, so the first thing we do is we're actually going to set up some things up here. So we'll have our services, which is going to be local rs game colon get service replicated storage, and here we'll have our remotes, and we're going to do local remotes is equal to rs.remotes, our local our events is going to be equal to remotes.server, and we will have our local purchase events. Actually, no, we'll do local buy event is equal to our events dot buy multi. So then down here we'll have our connection. So we have our connection down there, and now let's actually make this, let's add some stuff to our leader stats first. So we already have these multis: strength multi, endurance multi, and psychic multi, which is good. So now what we need to do is inside of our server events, we want to have a remote event, and this is going to be called our buy multi, which is that event we were just referencing in our local script. So in our remote events handler, we are going to close these off and do buy multi, and this is going to be equal to a function, obviously taking in a player, and we also want to take in a stat. So here we're going to say our local gold is equal to player, and let's just make sure we have a currency stat, which we do not. So what we're going to do is have a function of currency player, and here we'll do currency player, and we'll copy this for now, and this is going to be our currency, and then we're going to have a local, let's do coins is equal, or let's do tokens is equal to instance.new, and we will do a string value so that we can use big num tokens, and actually we could just copy this. Alright, so and then just put it here too, and make sure that our parent is currency. Okay, and then at the end we want to say currency dot parent is equal to player. Okay, so now back in here we are going to say local tokens is equal to player dot currency dot tokens. Next we'll say local current multi is equal to our player dot multipliers colon find first child, and we'll do stat concatenate multi. Okay, so to confirm with our leader stats, we have this multipliers folder, and this is going to say, like, if we want a strength multiplier, here will be strength and then multi. I don't know what happened with my cursor. Alright, so anyways, back here, what we want to do is check if our current multi exists, and then we want to get local next multi data is going to be equal to multis dot get next multi data, and this will pass in our player and our current multi. So now obviously we have to go up here and we have to take in our, or actually we'll do it here. We'll have our local rs modules is equal to rs dot modules, and our local multis is equal to require our rs modules dot multipliers or dot multis. So now this should not be an error, and if we go down, we want to say if number of next multi-data. If the length of this is equal to 2, then, so that means we didn't get nil returned. We want to get our local next multi equal to our next multi-data of our first index. Remember, we returned that in our local price is equal to next multi-data 2. So that's why we made this function, so that we can easily access it like this. And then we need to use big num here, so we'll have to import that as well. Local big num is equal to require rs modules dot big num, and then down here what we can do is if big num dot eq for equals, and we need a big num dot new value of our tokens dot value, so our current amount of tokens that the player has, and a big num version, so big num dot new of our price, so the gold needed. And so if those are equal, or if big num dot lt, so less than, and then we could do the same thing as we did over there and paste it there, but this time it should be price and tokens dot value. I'm pretty sure there is a function big num that combines both of these. I just don't remember it right now, so we can change that later on. Anyways, now we want to do helpers dot big num sub gold, or not gold, tokens and price. And then our current multi dot value is going to be equal to our next multi. Alright, so that should be it for this buy event, and let's see if anything is working. So if we go ahead, save that, and click play, if we go to our player, or actually first let's just try to buy a multi. Okay, we need the output up here. Buy multi is not a valid member of that. So why is it? Oh, server.events. Okay, so we forgot to put one thing, server.events. Okay, so that's that. Let's give ourselves enough gold to actually be able to buy a multi. Okay, so for something to happen, we need to go into our local script again, and we actually need to do something with this buy multi. So what we want to do is actually it's pretty simple, buy event colon fire server, and we just want to pass in the stat name. And to get that easily, well, if you remember, when we do this, we actually make the text say like, would you like to upgrade whatever for whatever. Here, let's actually show you. So if we go to the stats holder, and our multi button, or actually our populator script, if we see this here, right, this is what the text will look at. Your current multiplier is this, would you like to upgrade to whatever. So hold on, actually it does not say this. So what we want to actually do is have a value inside of our multi-frame, right? And this is going to be an object value, and this is going to be the or actually no, this is not going to be an object value. This is going to be a string value. We want a string value in here, and this is going to be called the cur stat for current stat. We're going to have it empty right now, but when we change this, we want the multi-frame dot cur stat dot value equal to our stat, which is stat name, which we have up there. So now that part should work, and in our local script, all we should need to do is make a variable local cur stat equal to script script.parent.curstat. And then here we should have to just do curstat.value for our current stat. And now that should actually hopefully work. The only thing we would want to do is in the cancel, or after we fire that event, we would want to set the curstat.value equal to blank again after we close the frame, and we'd want to do the same thing in here. So script.parent.curstat.value is equal to nothing. Okay, so if we go ahead and save this, we should still have enough from when we changed the leader stats. If we go ahead and we click this, click confirm, okay, we have one error. It says attempt to perform. Okay, so our current multi is an instance. Okay, so if we go to this spot in the script, okay, so I figured out what's going on, and it has nothing to do with that, although that I'm pretty sure would have been an error as well. We were supposed to not pass in the player here. So yeah, now if we go ahead and play this, click confirm, and now we have a different error. Okay, confirm to current multi.value. Alright, so now that that's gone, we need to, here, we'll go here, we'll do this, and I think we actually didn't need the dot value. I think that's what was causing this error based on what it said. Okay, and now we have a different error back here, and we have to do current multi.value over here, but later on in that other script we had the dot value, which was making the other error. Okay, now we have no errors, and if we go here to our multipliers, our string multiplier is a 2. Alright, so now let's actually make these multipliers work. So in our remote events handler, in like this place, where do we actually, in our train script actually, that will have to be. So we have to go to our helpers. So what we want to do is get our local multis, or local multi is equal to player dot multipliers on find first child stat name concatenated with multi, and then we want to multiply this by our multi. Okay, so if we save this to Roblox and click play, click on this button, and then we punch. Okay, we are getting a error because multi is a string value, or actually the reason is because we didn't put the dot value. Alright, so now that we got that fixed, this should hopefully work, and let's go ahead and make sure that it does. So I've given myself 500 tokens in the leader stat script, so I have enough to afford this, and no errors so far. And if I punch, I am getting 2 now, and if I upgrade it again, you see it still says 100 coins, which it definitely shouldn't, but let's see how much it actually takes away. So I am at 400 right now, and it does take away 200, but this text is just glitched. So let's make sure that we can buy the multipliers for these. No errors so far. Push up and psychic. Okay, so the reason that this is happening, we'll go to our stats, stats holder, populator, and then this, for right now we just left it at 100, so we have to get the price, which is why we actually made the module script inside of replicated storage and not server storage. So we will need to get local rs is equal to game : get service replicated storage. We'll get our local modules equal to rs dot modules, and our local multi module is equal to require modules dot multis. This should be a dot. And then over here, we could get the multi-data. Where are we getting this stuff from? This multi. Okay, so if we get the multi-data, let's say local multi-data is equal to multi-mod dot get next multi-data, and the current multi is going to be the the multi that we passed in, and that should be good now. And the only thing we care about is the price. So if we change this to price and just get the second index, then that should be that. And if we go over here and get the price, now if we go ahead and click play, hopefully it should be updated. So right now it does still work, and now if we click it again, it's 200, and click it again, now it's 500, and I can no longer afford it. So just to make sure, right now I have 4, and if we go to our players, multipliers, strength multi, you see I have 4, and I only have 200 tokens. So if I click confirm here, you see it closes, but my strength multiplier is still 4. I still have 200 tokens, and I still only get 4 per click. Alright guys, well that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you'd want to see next. This series, I'm probably going to be making the training zones next. Don't worry, they're a lot better than last time, that's for sure. And next video will probably be another dungeon series if you guys care about that. Anyways guys, I'll see you next time. Peace.